You've probably seen videos like this. Masked agents, no clear identification, people being pulled off the street and put into unmarked vans. And you might be wondering, how is this allowed? Here's the key thing most people don't realize. ICE officers are not regular police. That might sound like they have less power, but in some ways, it actually means they operate with fewer restrictions and less transparency than police do. Police officers usually have to identify themselves right away. They wear official uniforms, they show badges, they explain why you're being detained. Many wear body cameras and don't cover their faces. ICE agents don't have to follow all of those same rules. They eventually have to tell you they're immigration agents after an arrest, but they don't have to immediately identify themselves in the same way police do. Homeland Security says agents wear masks because they could be doxxed or harassed if they didn't, but critics argue that it creates a serious accountability problem. Another important point, being undocumented is not a criminal offense. It's a civil violation. That matters because it changes how arrests work. In public places, like a parking lot or outside a store, ICE can use something called an administrative warrant. That's not signed by a judge, it's issued internally by the agency. In certain situations, they don't even need that. If they claim there's probable cause that someone is in the country illegally and might flee before a warrant is obtained, they can act. If ICE wants to arrest someone inside their home, they do need a judicial warrant signed by a judge. However, they are legally allowed to use ruses, meaning they can mislead someone about who they are or why they're there in order to get the person to step outside. Once outside in a public space, the rules shift in their favor. Unlike in criminal cases, people detained by ICE are not entitled to a government-provided lawyer, and ICE is not legally required to immediately notify family members of where someone is being held. What's happening right now, though, isn't just about what ICE can do legally, it's also about political pressure. President Donald Trump has repeatedly called for the largest deportation program in American history. Since before his inauguration in January, arrests of people without criminal records have reportedly increased dramatically. According to internal communications reported by The Guardian, senior officials have encouraged agents to be more aggressive in increasing detentions, including arresting collaterals, undocumented individuals encountered during other arrests. Critics argue that these tactics feel less like routine enforcement and more like intimidation. There are growing concerns about how far these powers could expand, especially as activists have been detained and discussions about broadening enforcement targets have surfaced. With thousands of new immigration officers expected to join enforcement efforts, some critics say the country may be witnessing the expansion of a powerful federal agency that operates with fewer safeguards than traditional law enforcement. And for many observers, the line between aggressive federal enforcement and something far more troubling feels increasingly unclear.